We look at the tail of the tape. I mean, as big as Mansour is, Ajagba at 6'5", 240. He's got the advantage in all of those categories, including he's 22 years younger.
240, good weight.
Why is that a good weight? Seems like a lot of weight. This will be fun. A heavyweight bout live on Fox, and Hall of Famer Jimmy Lennon Jr.'s in the ring.
Ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening to you, and we welcome you to the newly named Dignity Health Sports Park here in Carson, California, as Premier Boxing Champions presents a big night of action coming your way. It's Fox PBC Fight Night, and it's all brought to you by MGM Resorts and Brooklyn Boxing. Introducing to you our judges scoring this bout. In the ring, we have Eddie Hernandez Sr., Dr. Lou Moret, and Daniel Sandoval. All right, fans, here we go. 8 rounds of boxing scheduled in a heavyweight special attraction. Introducing to you first on my right, fighting out of the red corner, wearing red trunks with black trim, hailing from Penns Grove, New Jersey. He weighed in at 225 pounds. His record, 23 wins, 3 losses and 1 draw, with 16 wins coming by way of knockout. Introducing Amir Hardcore Mansour. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner, this 8-round attraction, wearing black trunks with red trim, hailing from Ughelli, Nigeria. He weighed in at 240 pounds, a 2016 Olympian, and undefeated in his campaign as a professional. His record stands at 8 wins, no losses, 7 wins coming by way of knockout. Please welcome the fighter known as the one and only, the undefeated Efe Ajagba. And referee in charge now to give instructions, we have Thomas Taylor.
Boxer chief second, everyone else out. Boxer chief second, everyone else out. Right here, bud. Okay, gentlemen. Belt line's a little here, Ronnie, so I'm gonna let them work to the top of the letters. Same thing here, right to the top of the belt. Guys, you got your instructions in the back. Protect yourselves at all times, listen to my commands. Touch them up, back to your corners.
I like the way Jimmy kind of did the little reach around with the microphone to make sure the ref could hear. Joe Goosen is with us, ringside. Lennox Lewis, Chris Myers, later Marcos Villegas scoring unofficially with you at home. And nice to have you with us live on Fox. The first of 3 scheduled fights before we get to the main event, and this ought to be fun. Mansour, 2 of his 3 losses have come by knockout, and they came in his last 4 fights. As Ajagba certainly has the knockout power with 7 of those in his 8 professional fights. He's only had 11 rounds professionally. Closed captioning available for tonight's telecast.
Both guys have to really be careful because it's cold out here, and you know they don't look like they warmed up, and they need some sweat on them. Any punch can catch him right now, could take him out.
Now, you like fighting outdoors, though.
I love fighting outdoors because I can get that breath of fresh air.
Temperature in the 50s, no rain in the forecast. The sun setting here in Southern California behind our facility. Given name is Laverne Moore. When I asked Mansour about that, he said, I wanted to change my name. I don't want people introducing me as a boxer. Here comes Laverne. Meanwhile, Ajagba is a soccer player growing up. He's been a baker, now a boxer.
Ajagba is a little bit tight. He needs to loosen up a little bit more. He's basically walking down Mansour.
He is, and that's not typical for Mansour. If you watch his tapes, he comes right out, usually swinging and winging right now at this point in the fight, and he's not doing it. He may be in it for the long haul here because he knows his kick can punch.
Yeah, I know. When he came into the ring, he said, oh, it's kind of cold, so he's not warmed up. I know that for sure.
Officially 56 degrees. You have a blanket on, Lennox, ringside, so they're shirtless out there fighting. Mansour said, I didn't fight tomato cans, between his time starting his career, taking a break, dealing with the legal issues that we mentioned. At age 46, he looks a lot younger.
Yeah, he's in great shape, and he's been fighting regularly. Look, he fought Gerald Washington. He had Gerald Washington down, fought him to a draw. He had Dominic Brazil down. Eventually, got stopped in 6, but, he got hurt by a right hand.
To the right, and he's down. Amir Mansour Mansour is on his knees on the punch from Ajagba.
Efe set that up, and he set it up with a left jab.
He's up.
All he did was just land that right hand. A lot of weight behind that right hand.
Our referee says okay to continue here. 40 seconds in round one. And a left from Ajagba. All right. Trying to respond is Mansour. Can he defend himself? He's in trouble and he knows it.
Ajagba has to be careful as well because...
And he's down with a left. Through the rope, spitting blood.
4,
Mansour.
5, 6.
He's going to get
7,
up, but I got to tell you, if he does get up, he's going to get knocked
9.
down again because Ajagba is really on target tonight.
Protect yourself, all right?
Referee said, talk to me, protect yourself. That's the last thing on the mind of Efe Ajagba, who wants to finish this in a hurry. That 85-inch reach by Ajagba, you saw examples of that, and then what he has on the end of it.
What else I like what Ajagba's doing is he's stepping back real nice when Mansour tries to put on the bum's rush on him. He's stepping back nice and keeping his distance. If Mansour makes it out of this round, I will be surprised.
No punch.
And given the fact Mansour was a little bit cold in that round.
Well, he fought like it. An awkward move from Mansour.
Ajagba looks really focused, and he's got a nice variety of punches. I don't know if we're going to be able to see all of them tonight, but he really does have a nice arsenal of punches. Left uppercuts, left hooks to the body. But right now, feet were tangled in a push. Our ref was on it.
Come on.
The reason why their feet are tangled is because he's southpaw, and you know they both don't have experience boxing each other. Ajagba hasn't boxed too many southpaws, so they're gonna get mixed up with the feet.
Turn on, Mir.
Ajagba thinks if he just hits him one more time square, it's going to end the fight.
I mean, it's almost, not to overplay the reach, but it just seems like he can keep his distance and then land what he wants.
Let me tell you, I like what Ajagba's doing right now. He's got a lot of poise. He's not being overextended. He's taking his time and doing what he's supposed to do. He's really trying to land that jab and that big right hand.
He's got Ronnie Shields. There
landed in the chest. It says Mansour backs away. He's already been down a couple of times, including an additional time on a tanglement, a slip.
Mansour is wobbly right now. He got hit with a couple of right hands, whether they were full force or not. They still gave him a little wobble, and everything he's getting hit with is really starting to hurt him.
Against the ropes is Mansour. Ajagba in the all-black trunks with a red stripe. Leaning in and hanging on barely is Mansour.
Mansour needs to get better balance right now. He's a little bit messed up with his feet right now. Ajagba's doing the right thing.
He's patient.
Left foot on the outside. Because you want to, being a big guy, you want a guy to be in the center. You don't want him to be on the outside, so your power is in the center. Yeah, he's going to throw that right.
You got a scream from Mansour, 6'1", Ajagba 6'5".
Yeah, they called it.
The look of a Marvin Hagler, but far from it. Amir Mansour in the heavyweight division against Efe Ajagba, the knockout specialist with the 85-inch reach. Ajagba trying to go to 9-0, and they're taking the gloves off. He has won this fight after round 2, after 2 rounds of just punishing the 46-year-old challenger. The 24-year-old from Nigeria did a lot of damage in a little amount of time.
Yeah, Mansour was never really in the fight. There's a big reach advantage, power advantage, and you know, I didn't think he knew what to really do. He just really seen a big guy at him, and he was trying to figure out a way, how do I get to this man?
And as I mentioned, coming in, Ajagba came into this bout with 5 straight first-round knockouts. I mean, just looking at him, this is a guy we should watch going forward in this division.
Oh, definitely a future champion. You know, I see a bright future ahead of him.
He said his Olympic experience, his comfort level with the big stage there would help him against any kind of opponent, and it did today.
And the referee, Tom Taylor, came over and made a quick note that the fighter quit on a stool there, and that's what happened.
Thomas Taylor here in Southern California helping us out. And let's go to Jimmy Lennon Jr. for the official announcement.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout has been stopped at the end of round number 2. A referee in charge, Thomas Taylor, stops the contest upon suggestion of the fighter and his corner. He is the winner by way of knockout. He is still undefeated. The one and only Efe Ajagba.
Thank you very much, Chris. Congratulations to you, Efe. Your trainer, Ronnie Shields, told us in the fighter meetings he wanted to see how you would do against a smaller southpaw who is more experienced. Well, I guess you just showed us that. Did this go exactly as you expected it to?
First of all, you know, I've never fought southpaw. So the last time I fought southpaw, the guy doesn't have experience. So when we meet, Amir Mansour is an experienced guy, you know. But when she told me about Amir Mansour, the way he swing, you know, like he gave me a pad for the training, like another pad on, you know, how to fight southpaw. So it taught me how to use the right hand and uppercut, hook, you know.
It all worked. You said when you came after this fight, you just told me that the cold was a factor for you. How? Was this the first time you've ever fought outside?
This, like, you know, this is a hard fight. Like, I remember myself just for right now. It's a hard fight, yeah.
But with the weather, was the weather an issue? You just mentioned that it was very cold for you.
Not too cold, but sometimes, like, I've never fought outside, you know. Sometimes when you fought outside, like, you try to take deep breath, the oxygen comes to my lungs. So that's why, you know, try to seize my breath. But okay, I keep coming up, you know, put pressure on him.
You know, Lennox Lewis just said that this heavyweight has a bright future. Hearing it from a guy like him, what does that mean for you?
So I want to be the best heavyweight in the world. So that's my dream.
Who do you want next?
I want anybody next. So I'm ready.
All right,
so
thank you. When
I finish, I go back home and I keep training hard to prepare for the next fight. You know, and I want to say I want to dedicate this to Troy Brandy, the late coach. Like he trained with us. You know, he just gone past January. He died in January. So I want to dedicate this fight to him. Thank you.
Thank you very much. All right, guys, we'll send it back to you ringside.
Yeah,